When we start the game, we're greeted by the world camera, but now that we have a player, I want the player camera to be selected whenever the player is loaded in. To do that, let's set the camera current flag to true when the player node is ready. Now when we start, the camera is on the player. When we move, we just move forward and sideways, but I want to move around the planet as if we're a spacecraft in orbit of the planet. To do this, we need to start rotating our player. So let's create a rotate function and supply the center of the planet because we want to rotate around that. Let's call the rotate function every frame with our current planet center, which is a vector 0, so the rotation gets updated after every movement. Right now the player is moving towards its side, so we need to keep changing what is up for the player so it will move around the planet. The player has a position and a rotation in world space and a position and a rotation in local space. What we want to happen is that the Y of the local space is pointing away from the planet. Kids Can Code has a great explanation for this, so check out their video if you want to learn more, but it boils down to this. To rotate the local space, we need to transform the X, Y, and Z towards our new Y. For this, we will use the function align with y, which gets the new y vector and follows these 3 steps. Set the new y, calculate the x using the cross product of the y and the negative z, and calculate the new z by letting Godot fix the bases with orthonormalized. Now when we move nicely around the planet. Let's take a look at the distance between the player and the planet. Currently, when we're moving, we're slowly moving away from the planet because we move in our local space and then correct our rotation. To fix this, let's create a function correct distance to planet. Here we'll calculate the distance before moving, and for this we need the planet center. We're already using it in multiple places, so let's create a variable, and we need the position the player has before moving. Let's clean up a bit and connect the planet center variable to the other places we need it. Let's calculate the distance between the planet and the player before moving and calculate it after moving. If there's a difference, we want to move the player that difference towards the planet. When we now move our player, we can see that the distance stays around 8.